How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, Faze Crypto. Welcome to the show where you subscribe for the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news. And of course, today we have to talk about Tron. Now, remember, this channel, we don't get paid by Tron. I don't take any any of this like some other YouTubers out there might be shills for these cryptos, but now I'd like to do my best to give you guys my unfiltered opinion when it comes to these things, and that means paying attention to both the positive and the negative sides of these things. I think it's important to have a balanced perspective when it comes to these technologies. So when you watch a video on this channel, make sure that you're aware everything that we say on here is entirely uninfluenced by who's out there. You know, I don't have Justin Sun on the phone telling me what to say. All this stuff does come from the heart, so definitely make sure that when you're watching different cryptocurrency YouTubers providing you with their analysis, you've always got to be sure that you're looking at content that's unaffected by the outside influences. So when I tell you that I'm excited to see what Tron is going to be able to accomplish in 2019, that it's coming from my own perspective. I mean, I have no reason to give you guys any kind of bullshit when it comes to that regard. I'm excited to see what Tron's going to have. I mean, obviously I do hold some Tron, and I'm excited to see what Tron's going to do, but now in this video we're going to be going over some other sort of articles. So I mean, I want to look at some opinions that have negative things to say about Tron as well, just basically because I think that you can, if anything, learn what's going good for a crypto by learning about the sort of criticisms that are available. And I'm not going to basically tell you one of either way, because for all we know, the people who are Tron's detractors could have a point. So it's always interesting to look at multiple opinions. So the first article that we have right here, Tron account verified on Facebook, which is pretty hilarious when you consider that Tron aims to be a big competition for Facebook, in particular with what we're witnessing happening involving Tron, decentralizing the internet. As far as I can tell, Tron is certainly juxtaposed to these legacy Facebook, and not excluded. And when we want to talk about the next age of social media, we have to take into consideration what a decentralized internet is actually going to look like. So I mean, I'm not going to read this entire article, but over the course of 2018, we've witnessed TRX holders fall victim to scammers who use fake Tron Foundation accounts to mislead unsuspecting Facebook users. As a result, we have worked with Facebook to verify Tron Foundation to provide authenticity, trust, yada yada. Pretty good stuff there. Obviously, this issue of fake accounts is always going to be something that we have to deal with in the modern internet, so it's good to see Tron working to have that era of transparency. And of course, in other Tron related news, we have Tron's BitTorrent coin launch. Know everything about this, so we have to talk about BitTorrent. I'm very excited to see where BitTorrent could take us, but we're also, in the interest of having balanced perspective, we're going to be talking about some of the articles out here that are basically the Tron detractors, just because I find it interesting. We're going to see if we can speak some truth to power when it comes to this sort of stuff. So the BitTorrent Foundation has officially announced that on 11th February 2019 it will initiate its first airdrop of that many to TRX holders, corresponding to 1.1% of the total circulating supply. Go to the last section of the article to know more about the BTT airdrop, and that is of course what we're interested. Exchanges, we made a video earlier where we talked about the various different exchanges that have this going for it. Of course, Huobi Wallet, and how to get BTT tokens First of all, the Tron hodlers who have the holdings with any of these above exchanges will definitely get BTT tokens, yada yada, about coin switch. So I mean, I know that the community is pretty excited for this. I think that BitTorrent is sort of a match made in heaven when it comes to Tron. And of course, next on the list, Binance scam. We have to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to ignore it. Binance announces a new product to be launched on Tron, and the token sale would take place on so-called new launchpad of Binance. The trap was set. Lure investors into the trap. Then after months of marketing, BitTorrent will bring adoption to crypto. Almost all influencers were hired to lure you into this trap. Also, the master marketer, Binance and Tron. Now, I want to say, I mean, I am a cryptocurrency influencer, and I was not hired by anybody. I make these videos of my own free will, just for full transparency there. So if the community is getting lured into anything, I'm caught in the trap just with you guys, and I'll do my best to sound the alarm if I'm aware of anything. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and apologize to Tron, because I'm not paid to. I'm not paid to apologize for Tron. All I do is make videos for the audience, and I tell you guys my straight up opinion. Scammers say sorry. No apologies here because I didn't know. But CZ Binance, full transparency, the issue experienced today was caused by the user agreement confirmation button catching, blocking. Most of the stress tests focused on the buy process. This part was not covered thoroughly enough, and of course CZ Binance who will cover my damage basically is the overall response. And I know that there's a lot of basically tension growing in the Tron community with people. Now obviously with every crypto you're going to deal with people calling it a scam, but I mean, I don't think that Tron is a scam. I mean, personally, with my own opinion, just putting it out there, I mean, that's what I think. I mean, obviously, you can never know. I mean, but I believe in Justin's son. I think that Tron is. When I look at what Tron is, doing right now, I think that looking under the hood, there's a lot of interesting things involving BitTorrent, but of course there has been that community response up to this current time, with people talking about worrying about with how BitTorrent is going to influence the ecosystem, and it's definitely important to be in the know. So I would certainly encourage all conversations that we could have. If you guys want to leave any information in the comment section down below, it's great that we've been able to build this community on this channel, and basically we've been able to learn from each other's mistakes and each other's gains. And I mean, it comes down to it. I mean, you could make money off of any cryptocurrency. I mean, I have friends who bought Tron earlier this week who who are taking profits when it goes up, and selling when it goes, taking profits and not being too greedy, essentially, and jumping ship before. So if you're an experienced trader, you can make money off of any crypto pump, whether it be a scam or not. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Tron is still, just like any other cryptocurrency, posits an opportunity for people to make money off of it, of course, and then still you have to have your guard up. I mean, if you're not doing your research, then certainly you might fall victim to a scam. But no, I would go on the record saying right now I don't see Tron as a scam. But then again, I mean, I'm more of a day trader. I wouldn't see myself holding Tron long term, just for the sole purpose of I do hold some Tron that I plan on seeing go long term, just for fun. But of course, with any crypto, and especially with altcoins, they don't even necessarily have to be scams to fall victim to getting crushed underneath the market as it currently is. And the space is so delicate right now that, I mean, you could in fact have to be on your guard with any of these cryptos. I mean, and which doesn't necessarily make them scams, but still something to be paid attention to there. And when it comes down to it, I'm definitely interested in seeing what Tron's going to do. I mean, we've recently seen some price momentum with Tron, and I expect it to maintain at these levels for some time. I mean, the space has been moving relatively sideways, but I mean, it's definitely something to keep on your radar nonetheless. Yeah, so when it comes down to it, I mean, we'll have a secret campaign released on Valentine's Day for Tron and BitTorrent. Numerous celebrities will be on board. I mean, do you really think that Kobe Bryant and all these people would be putting their name, going to the Tron Summit and all these things, if they knew that Tron was just some pump and dump? I don't think so, personally. I just think that it's out of the realm of possibility for Tron to be an outright scam. It's not like BitConnect by any means. I mean, the BitConnect was clearly a Ponzi scheme, clearly dishonest by nature, and I think that Tron really does stand by its vision to decentralize the internet. That's just my personal opinion. Now, obviously, this video might not age well, but I think that it will. I think that Tron will prove itself to us as time continues to move forward. But in unrelated news, we have this JP Morgan analysis bets on crypto comeback and foresees firms to renew interest. This is an interesting indicator. The stability that we are seeing right now in the cryptocurrency market is setting the stage for more participation by institutional investors in the future. Crypto might be moving sideways, might be going up and down, but I mean, that's just the nature of the beast when it comes down to it. I'm still excited to see what the future of cryptocurrency holds, and these sort of articles are an indication that it still remains on everybody's radar. I think we could still expect big things. We have this article as well, millennials crypto love story, how this generation is ghosting banks. America's youth has long been in a bad relationship with banks. Amen to that. This predatory self-serving practices have left a bad taste in the mouths of many young consumers who have historically claimed and resigned themselves to the system. And I think, we can all sort of resonate with the sentiment of this article that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency does still posit a real revolution. So this is an interesting article in that regard. But yeah, Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin's the only cryptocurrency he owns. Interesting to say the least. Bitcoin certainly is one of the more stable among the crypto spaces. But then again, I mean, also speaking, just one last opinion that I have, about this whole Tron possibility. The people accusing it being a scam and all these things. I mean, people were saying that Bitcoin was a Ponzi for the longest time. I mean, people still continue to say crypto, oh, it's just digital money. They can't wrap their mind around it. It's not physical, all these different things. But I think time will certainly tell, what cryptocurrency actually is. And yeah. All that being said, just an update video. People were asking me to speak on a lot of these different controversies, and I'm perfectly willing to do so because, I'm just a regular YouTuber. I mean, these are just my opinions after all. Remember, I'm not your dad. These videos for entertainment, educational purposes only. And now, obviously, this video is not any kind of advice, but if you guys are interested, make sure that you connect with us on Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber, as always. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I mean, I still remain bullish on the cryptos that I love, and Tron is still in that family, regardless of what anybody wants to say. I'll continue to fill my bags. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.